Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Ox Talks. Appreciate you tuning in to the show today. And I really appreciate you guys supporting this channel. We are growing the community. Please feel free to leave your comments and your input to any of the topics we're discussing. It appears, as of the last couple of hours, that we have achieved, or the United States has achieved, a peaceful and so far successful transition of power between the Biden administration and the new Trump administration. I did have a chance this morning to catch some of the actual inauguration, the swearing in, and of course Trump's comments after the swearing in ceremony. But I wanted to discuss a few things today that obviously is very, very important. MLK Day today, so the courts are closed, banks are closed. It's slow here at the office, but I thought I would just jump in here for a few hours when things are a little less chaotic and respond to some emails, keep watch on what's going on with the news. Gold and silver up a little bit today. Crypto's flat to down a bit. I know the cryptocurrency community was hoping for and waiting for some executive orders to be issued, or immediate orders relative to the governance of cryptocurrencies. I didn't see Trump make any mention in his speech today relative to cryptocurrencies. And I haven't seen any news on that. Again, leave your comments below if you've seen anything. Stock markets are closed today for Martin Luther King Day. We'll reopen tomorrow. And let's see how the markets react to what's going on because, which I'll discuss in a few minutes, Trump has already issued a whole flurry of executive orders taking place now, immediately. They're in effect. Okay, so that is the reason for the title of the video, which is it's now a different world. Okay, accept it or don't accept it. The point is that things are moving in a totally different direction as it relates to economic policy, as it relates to national security policy, as it relates to border policy, and a whole host of other things that are going to have an immediate impact, on what is happening on a daily basis in this country. And it also has a major impact on what's going on around the world and how other world leaders perceive the United States, okay? And how they will maybe be forced to start interacting with the United States on geopolitical issues, on economic issues. So let's see. It is going to be, from my perspective, it's going to be bumpy, and it's not going to be for the faint-hearted. You're going to see a lot of the mainstream news stations probably in the coming weeks parading, all this footage of, raids and things like that, and deportations, and there's going to be, a lot of divisiveness, which will continue, okay? Because a lot of factions do not want to see a change right in the country. A lot of factions do not want to see Trump succeed with his agenda. So again, I'm going to start covering this more because we're going to have a lot more to talk about as it relates to this Trump administration's actions moving forward in this first 100 days. Okay, but there are three articles I want to share. Three articles I want to share with you that I saw. One of them was from a couple days ago, and it's from the Zero Hedge, and it says, in her last official act, Yellen warns U.S. will hit debt ceiling one day after the Trump inauguration. Okay, so Yellen was out a couple days ago, Friday. She says, the article says Friday, Janet Yellen, in what is almost certainly the last ever official announcement of her long and, this is undistinguished political career, said that the U.S. would hit the debt ceiling the day after Trump is inaugurated, and that the Treasury will launch extraordinary measures to stave off the threat of a national default. After a previous 20-month suspension of the debt limit expired earlier this month, Yellen wrote in a letter to bipartisan congressional leaders Friday that she was advising them of the extraordinary measures that Treasury will begin using on January 21st, tomorrow, respectfully urging Congress to act promptly to protect the full faith and credit of the United States. As was Yellen's comments on Friday. And it says as a result of the debt ceiling, the total U.S. debt will now remain frozen at around $36.2 trillion for the next 6 months until the next debt ceiling deal is reached. And here's the issue, at which point the debt issuance will catch up, okay, to where it was supposed to be, right, had there not been a freeze, and it will surge by almost $2 trillion overnight. So we're going to be looking at, folks, in this country, debt exceeding $38 trillion. We all know that it is going to be, that is the end game. The debt will overtake everything, okay? And where does this all go? We're going to have to wait and see. We'll have to see if this administration can start to somehow get it under control. But again, all of us on our personal level have to also implement our own strategies in our lives, right? To get ourselves out of debt. Stop taking on a debt that is unnecessary, okay? Start working on our own personal situations to become debt-free and to basically put into practice smart financial decision-making, okay? Anyway, you got Yellen out 2 days ago saying, sorry, but tomorrow or on the 21st of January, we're going to have big problems, okay? So keep watching, see what happens with that. I'm sure there will be something that will be addressed that will stave it off, kick the can, as they always seem to do. But you can only kick the can for so long, okay? I did see the dollar is much weaker today. The U.S. index is down considerably. Maybe that's because the tariff talk. There was not, from what I saw, any day one tariff orders made today. Again, if I missed something, let me know. Next article today out of the Zero Hedge. Putin says Trump will help prevent World War III in Inauguration Day congratulations message. Russia has congratulated Donald Trump as he takes office as U.S. president on Monday, with Putin making statements expressing hope for speedy resumption of official contacts between the two countries. It says the Russian leader made the remarks in a meeting of the country's National Security Council, crucially suggesting Trump's return to the White House will help prevent World War III. Putin said, "We hear Trump's statements on the need to prevent World War III. We undoubtedly welcome such a disposition and congratulate the elected U.S. president. Of course, we welcome such an attitude and congratulate President on taking office." He continued explaining that Moscow has never refused dialogue with the United States. He said any fresh dialogue must be done on an equal and mutually respectful basis. And the article quotes Trump saying a week ago relative to Putin, "I know he wants to meet, and I'm going to meet him very quickly." Trump said, "I would have done it sooner, but you have to first get into office." Well, now he's in office, so let's see how this unfolds with relations between the United States and Russia, okay? And then the last article is obviously stuff right now that's happening. I just saw something off of Forbes like a half an hour ago. Trump in the Oval Office signing his first executive orders. Says this is out of the Zero Hedge as well. Trump to issue flurry, and he already has issued flurry of border and immigration EOs, executive orders, along with DEI, trade, energy, and TikTok. I didn't see anything on TikTok. I covered that in the video a few days ago. If I missed something, let me know. Trump did provide some assurances to TikTok, I believe, day before yesterday, saying that he'll address it. And as I understand, as of yesterday morning, TikTok was back up and running. It was down for less than 12 hours. So let's see what happens with TikTok. The article says President-elect Donald Trump will issue 10 executive orders related to immigration and the border on Monday. Okay, and he's already done this. Number one, he has declared a national emergency at the border, okay? And the Department of Defense will now be authorized to deploy the military and National Guard to the border. Okay, so officials did not elaborate on how many troops would be sent or the scope of their involvement, saying it will be up to the DOD to make those decisions. Secondly, thing he did, and he addressed these in his speech this morning, declared migrant crossings along the U.S.-Mexico border to be a national emergency, which would allow him to unilaterally unlock federal funding, it says, for border wall construction without approval from Congress and for stricter enforcement efforts. Next, Designate drug cartels as global terrorists. He mentioned that this morning. That's, I believe, been done. Designating MS-13 and Tren de Agua as foreign terrorist organizations, okay, which would make it illegal for anyone to provide aid or collaborate with the groups. Again, Trump mentioned that in his speech this morning. I believe that's already a done deal in the last couple hours. So declare national emergency, in addition to those orders, declare a national energy emergency, which he did this morning, could allow him to unlock powers to speed permitting for pipelines and power plants. Next, roll back regulations that impede domestic energy production. Again, leave your comments below. Do you guys believe that we should be, you hear the drill baby drill. Don't you guys all believe we should be tapping into those resources, and let's say refilling or restockpiling our strategic petroleum reserve? Don't you guys think that that's a smart way to go? If you don't, leave your comments below. Roll back energy efficiency regulations for dishwashers, shower heads, and gas stoves, okay? Open the Alaska wilderness to more oil and gas drilling. Those are some of the issues that they raise in this article of things that Trump is acting on immediately. And it does say delaying the TikTok ban. I didn't see anything on that relative to an EO, but leave your comments below. It's a very, very big day, okay? Whether you are a supporter of Trump, whether you voted for Trump, is really irrelevant. We have a new sheriff in town, and he is going to take things appears to be a totally different direction, okay? And that was the platform he ran on. And a lot will argue and say that he has a mandate to take these actions now to protect the United States and the safety and security of U.S. citizens. And let's see what happens. Okay, this is a very, very, very exciting time to be alive. And there's the markets. Let's see how the markets react. Let's see how the stock market takes this. If you start seeing a bunch of tariff talk next few days, this may be negative for the stock market. Okay, let's see how it affects gold and silver. Okay, which would be more of a safety play. Let's see how it affects the 10-year yield. Let's see how it affects cryptocurrency. Will we get a Bitcoin reserve announcement or an XRP reserve announcement? Let's see what happens. Everyone, just watch what's going on. Share this stuff with your family, your children. It's historic, and let's just be very, very, very diligent and vigilant. Okay, anything can still happen. There's a lot going on. Okay. Appreciate you guys. We're a little bit long today, but obviously inauguration day, and let's everyone just pay attention. Appreciate you guys watching and supporting this channel, and we'll keep going. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.